Well, we are halfway through the school year, and I wanted to update you along with my principals on what we are up to this year. We have been having a couple of initiatives, one being the RCD movement, and the other one is the book on Most Likely to Succeed and why we are looking at that and how that affects curriculum. So I thought that we could maybe just talk a little bit about that with Mr. Shively, who is here today, and maybe he could update us on Most Likely to Succeed and the curriculum and a little bit about what we're doing with RCD.
All right, thanks, Mr. Duff. As you know, we did implement a new initiative this year, the Responsibility-Centered Discipline approach and to student behavior, and we are excited on the changes that we've seen so far. We continue to work with our students on helping them to be responsible for their behavior. And as with any new initiative, it's a work in progress, and so we see things that are real positive, but we also see areas where we need to continue to work and strengthen. I would like to encourage you as parents, there is a book, and I actually brought a copy of it with me. It's called Roadmap to Responsibility for Families, and this is actually the same thought process, the same program that we're using here at school, but it is designed for families. So it's actually, Mr. Duff, we both agree, it's kind of written better than the one for school. So if you have not secured a copy of this, we really encourage you to go on Amazon or go online, and you can get your own copy and begin to take the responsibilities that are disciplined thoughts and procedures and bring them into your home. That way too, students are not only hearing this at school, but they're hearing it in your home as well. The other thing, as Mr. Duff has mentioned, our teachers right now, we are studying and reading a book called Most Likely to Succeed. And it addresses the need for greater innovation in American educational system. It's been very encouraging for us to be able to look at what we do here at Pioneer Valley Christian Academy through this lens, addressing the moral and spiritual elements in a way that public schools cannot. It's very thought-provoking, and we've had some very good discussions in faculty meetings about this book. We also want you to know that we are, our curriculum committees are reviewing our curriculum guides and all of that, the instruction that's happening, and they will be presenting changes and updates this coming spring to the instructional committee, again with an effort to try and make the best experience and education that your child can possibly receive. We encourage you to go on RenWeb. It's a very powerful tool so that you can check your students' progress, know their grades, know how they're doing. You can check homework, you can check assignments, all of those kind of things, which again is another tool to communicate with you and let you know exactly where your student is. If you have any questions, concerns, notes of encouragement even, it would be great to be able to reach out to your child's classroom teacher or to one of us. We'd be happy to talk with you and are excited to see how the year progresses. We've had a great year so far, and we anticipate a very strong end to this particular school year. So, Mr. Duff?
Yeah, and let me just add to that when you have a concern, which you may have, but we have a way that we like to deal with concerns here at our school. We call it the Matthew 18 principle, but it's really pretty simple. It's if you have an issue with your student and the teacher, you should go to the teacher first. If that doesn't solve your problem, then the next step would be go to the principal. And then if you still think that the issue is unresolved, you could bring the teacher, the principal, and me, the headmaster, into the issue. Most of the time that does not need to happen. But our goal is that we follow a process so that each person gets their concern addressed. And usually we can resolve it. We recognize that some things are always a work in progress. We're not a perfect school, but we're a school that's seeking to be a really great school, and we want you to help us in that endeavor. So work with us, we'll work with you, and we should have a great finish to the school year. Thank you for listening.